I find it interesting. And one of the big things I'm playing with right now is really the transformation of how the business has shifted. I love your input on this, right? Because there is the big networking aspect that was our industry, right? And it was all about who you know and how many cards you can get in your Rolodex, how many people you can get in your contacts, versus the next part. And what I'm really seeing in the next phase is data manipulation. How much data can you collect online, and how are you going to leverage that data to be able to yield close transactions? And it almost creates like two different dichotomies in the system, because I've tried to blend and they start to conflict, where it's, am I going to be the well-known, for me, lender, the well-known lender amongst the community, or am I going to have my headphones on and I'm going to be making 200 calls a day? Like, how do you see that shift happening, or do you see it, and do you think one is better than the other?
Yeah, and I don't have a personal judgment around which one is better. I have seen, Tony, now for so many years in different markets, different methods of how agents do business find success.
Yeah.
Right. I'll tell you what, when I first started, and I was coached by Mike Ferry, right? And I still love Mike. I mean, he's still an icon in the industry. And yet I was really almost closed-minded to, his method of how you get business, right? Which is active prospecting, right? Lead generation, old school, on the phone, and you're following up. And I still believe in that. It's probably in my core as a business person. And yet, when I was exposed to other methods of business, and I saw that there was other agents across the country in different markets doing as much business or more as I had seen and thought this is the only way, it really changed my perspective around what the right way to do business is. I think the right way is whatever fits for the agent. And as long as they remain consistent with it, hold themselves accountable, I've seen, I mean, almost anything work, right? I certainly have my preferences.
What are your preferences?
As a business person and as a coach, but that's not to say that there, multiple methods won't work.